Alrighty, we're going to hook an outlet up here and we're going to do the back wiring. You can see the little holes in the back here. It's called a backstabbing. And you'll see a strip gauge on the back. This one happens to be right here. So we'll get our wires out. We'll clip them so they're even here. So we'll strip our white. Make sure your wire is nice and straight before you put it in the hole. And you put your ground wire around your green screw. Next we'll take our outlet. We're going to close our screws since we're not going to be using the screws. Here in the country I was born in, our black wire is live, red and blue are also live colors. White is neutral, and the green is the ground. Your live wire goes on the brass side, or in the hole on the brass side, which is the narrow slot. And the white wire goes on the silver side, which is the wider slot over here. See how much wider that slot is? And in the hole right in the back on the same side there, and the ground wire goes on the green screw. So we'll take our wires, we'll just check with our strip gauge, make sure we have a nice, okay, our black is just perfect there with our strip gauge. We'll take our white and we'll check it perfect with our strip gauge, see how it's just the right length. Okay, now we'll take our ground wire and we'll put it around our green screw here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And we'll take our white wire, we'll put it in, it can go in either this one or this one. If you have two white wires, it goes in these two, so we'll put one in this hole, push it down, make sure it's seated all the way like that. We'll take our black wire, and it doesn't matter which hole you put it in. Make sure your wire is nice and straight, you just push it in like that. And make sure it's seated in all the way like that there. See how it's all nice and seated in? Okay, now we'll just push our wires back into our box. We'll keep our ground wire down at the bottom here. We'll just keep it down at the bottom, and we'll keep our blacks and whites going in nice and straight here, and we put our screws in. Then we'll just put our cover on there, and we'll just look and make sure our ground wire stays down away from everything and everything looks good. And now I'll show you the other type of back wiring there is, and then an open view of how the backstab works. Okay, this is a light switch, and you can see you can see the pressure plate here on the outside here. You can open the terminal up. And you just tip the device like that to see the pressure plate come out. You put the wire in the slot like that. You can see how the wire goes under the pressure plate there. And this is designed to put 2 wires in. And you just make sure you don't get your insulation caught under the pressure plate and your copper goes up into the little up above there. See how the copper comes all the way through? Okay, there's a little holder up above here that holds the wire. So you have to strip this wire a little longer here, not a lot. So you can see how it gets up under the little white piece up in here. It goes up into this little white piece a little bit to keep it from twisting around. Same with the bottom one. See how it goes under this white up here a little bit? That keeps it from pulling out and twisting out. So then you just tighten your screw. Make sure your wire is up where you want it. Tighten your screw. And that's how what it's supposed to look like when it's done. The copper is under the pressure plate. Your end of your conductor is up into this white a little bit. And you have just a little bit of copper showing here. That's what you want. If you had to put 2 wires in, you do the same on the top and the bottom. Now I'll show you the other one here. This is a wall receptacle. Here in the country I was born in, your white goes on the silver screw, which is either the T-slot or the wider slot, silver colored screw. Your black, red, or blue go on the brass terminal, which is the narrower slot, and the bare or the green goes on the green screw. And this type here, you can see the pressure plate moving when I open this up. See how it opens up? And again, you can put 2 wires in. So you close the ones we're not going to be using. Okay, make sure our ones we are going to use are open and the ones we're not going to use are closed. And I'll just show you with 1 wire here. We'll check our strip length. Make sure it's a good length. Okay, that's a little long there. See how that's a little bit too long? So we'll take and we'll clip a little copper off of it. Put it in. There, the insulation is just up to the top of the pressure plate. You want to make sure you push the screw in so the pressure plate goes up. So you put it in like this. Tighten your screw. And you want to make sure your insulation does not get under the pressure plate. You can see how you see a little bit of the copper there. And now I'll show you the backstab connection. I have the back of this outlet opened up so you can see inside how it works. See how there's that little barb there that grabs the wire when you push it in on both sides here? So when you put your wire in through the back, you can see how the little spring action grabs the wire. See how that little spring grabbed the wire inside there? Now I'll start pulling this wire out. See how that little spring sprung back right there? I'll do it again, sit down close so you can see how it works. See how it goes up and oops, goes up and it goes over. The plastic hole holds the wire to the side so it stays under that little lock there. See how that locks it? And you put your wire in this hole here. Again, you always put your black on the side with the brass screw and your white on the side of the silver screw. And this little hole, the slot down here, is for a release. Like you take a little tiny jewelry screwdriver to put it in that hole, and what happens then when you push it in, it opens the release to take the wire out of the hole.